Congressman Darrell Issa chairs the House Committee on Oversight on Government Reform. He's on Capitol Hill. Congressman Issa, good morning.
Good morning. And unfortunately, you just heard the president spin, and in the worst way. What he said was this somehow was a partisan sideshow. Last week on Wednesday, we had 3 career State Department officials, including the highest-ranking person in the State Department present there, the acting ambassador, Gregory Hicks. He's not a partisan, and what he said was he knew it was a terrorist attack from the get-go. The now deceased ambassador said to him his dying words, if you will, last words heard by anyone in Tripoli, Greg, we're under attack. And he communicated that, in fact, it was a terrorist attack immediately to the operations center. So when they came clean, when the jig was up, that's not the same as they didn't try a cover-up.
But, Congressman, respond specifically to the President of the United States, who said, how can it be a cover-up when just several days after Susan Rice was on the Sunday shows that he sent the head of the National Counterterrorism Center, Matt Olson, up to Capitol Hill and specifically said it was an act of terrorism and that extreme elements were involved?
What you say behind closed doors and what you say subtly, well, in fact, you're telling 5 Sunday shows that this was spinning, that it was a video. The 12 changes that took a CIA report from true to a lie to the American people, these are not things that any Republican is making up. These are facts. The press knows it. You know it. The fact is, on Face the Nation, on CBS, you had the president of Libya making it very clear that this was a premeditated terrorist attack on September 11th. And you had Susan Rice in a very non-diplomatic way effectively saying either he didn't know what he was doing or he was lying. And then you wonder why it took us 3 weeks for the FBI to get to Benghazi. Well, news reporters were able to walk all over that site.
Congressman Charlie Rose here. Looking at this IRS controversy that developed, and the president had strong words yesterday, what is necessary on your part for the administration to get to the bottom of it? Do you want to see people fired? Do you want to see an investigation? What do you want to see?
First of all, how dare the administration imply that they're going to get to the bottom of it? This was the targeting of the president's political enemies, effectively, and lies about it during the election year so that it wasn't discovered till afterwards. The fact is, this is the kind of investigation that has to be open and transparent to the American people. Even today, there are, quote, Tea Party groups that don't have their approval. This process was deliberate, and it was repeated. It was fixed once out of Washington. They went to Cincinnati, which is the national center for this, and then it turned around and did it for another 5 months.
So what should the Congress do?
This was a pervasive policy. First of all, the Congress has to hold people accountable for it. These were effectively ideological attacks, whether they were done by partisans who were political appointees or not, really doesn't matter. They targeted conservatives. They targeted people who wanted to teach the Constitution or push for smaller government, which happens to be what our founding fathers wanted, was a small federal government. So there's a level of accountability there. And then the Ways and Means Committee, which is going to have a great deal to say about law changes, probably is going to have to make a realization that a semi-independent agency with a political appointee of the president or an acting person who still serves at the pleasure of the president may, in fact, not be the right organizational guarantees to tell the American people that they won't be targeted, whether they're on the left or the right. And lastly, we only know they targeted these groups because we asked for an IG report. That IG report took almost a year, and when it was about to come out, the IRS itself started playing spin, including this release, which may be illegal to release the way they did.
Congressman Issa, thank you so much.
Thanks, Charlie.